Hello there, welcome to part 25 in the 10 Minutes at the Piano playlist. This time looking at single finger playing. There's a great benefit to this, and I'm going to explain it in this video with exercises. There are three sections, scales, chords, and whatever melodies you may be working on. I'll give a few examples for each. First of all, likes, comments, subscriptions are welcome. Please have a look at the description box of every video because there's always extra goodies in there. Scales, chords, melodies, one finger. Why? The reason I'm making this video is because commonly it is supposed that you can only learn anything at the piano, but that's not the point. That's not how it works. It's not the piano which teaches your fingers what to do, and then your mind says, ah, I see. It's the other way. It's the mind which acquires the knowledge and works on the internal piano or the internal jukebox if you're learning repertoire. And then through a strong maintained body, it comes out on the piano. It's mind, body, piano, not piano, body, mind. That's completely against the grain, no matter your path, no matter your ability, no matter your age, no matter anything. And this one single finger exercise is a way to confirm to yourself that you actually know the particular scale, the particular chord, or the particular melody that you're working on. So how does it work? Well, because it's mind, body, piano, you first of all have to use your internal piano. So let's just take a random scale, D flat. Now, just say you're learning the scale of D flat, and you've spent some minutes away from the piano, visualizing with the 12-note block. I also recommend, by the way, going through this whole playlist up to this point. Each video is only 10 minutes, and it's structured in a way that's logical. So when you arrive at this point, knowing your major scales will be second nature. So D flat major is in your mind. You've closed your eyes and you can see it. D flat, E flat, F, G flat, A flat, B flat, C. But you want to confirm that you really know the shape. Now, because it's mind, body, piano, you have the theory in your mind. D flat, E flat, F, G flat, A flat, B flat, C. And you want to now make sure that you can really do that at the piano. So you know it in your mind. So because you know it in your mind, your eye can direct your hand, your finger, so that's the body part, what to play on the piano. And then when you know it on the piano, you can then do various technical exercises and play it in different ways. So that's mind, body, with the eyes and the hand, piano, right? So because you know it in your mind, your eye can now, and the verb I'm going to use is eye up, or spot the notes required, only because you know it in your mind first. And I'm going to say it again. Don't just sit at the piano and try and learn scales, because that's doing it the wrong way. That's the piano telling your fingers what to do, and then your mind saying, oh, okay, and that's not how it works. It won't. That's muscle memory, and muscle memory is a misnomer anyway. There's no muscles in the fingers, so it's a silly thing to say. So what you're going to do is come to the piano, and you're going to go, right, I know theoretically D flat major, and my eyes are looking at that scale. I'm looking now. I can see the shape. It stands out more than the other notes. D flat, okay, there's the F, okay, G. I can see it with my eyes because I know it in my mind. So there's a connection between the mind and the body, the eyes part of the body. And that's going to now help the other part of my body, my finger, to play the notes. So first of all, I'm going to just play it, but it's going to be, and this happens when you're playing whole repertoire at the highest level. This is from the basement to the top of the roof. Your eyes will just be slightly ahead of your fingers because your mind knows where your eyes should be looking, you see? So I'm going to play the D flat major scale, but my eyes are looking at the next note, E flat, F, G flat, A flat, B flat, C. It's just before where my finger goes because it's known in my mind. I can't say that enough. It's mind, body, piano. Let me just do that with a chord, and then I'm going to give you a clever way to sort of really reinforce that you truly know it. Let's take a random chord like G minor 7. You know your 12-note block, C to B, C to B, C to B. There's 12 of them. You only need 2 to be able to play anything ever written on the piano. It's all within the 2 12-note blocks with a kind of line separating the two, putting them like a seam, putting them together. And G minor 7. So I know theoretically, away from the piano, eyes shut, looking at the wall, one of those, eyes shut or looking at the wall, that G minor 7 is G, okay, B flat, okay, D, F. Now I can see that shape with my eyes closed on my internal piano. So theoretically, I know it. If you don't know it, then you must learn it away from the piano. If you don't know it, you know your major scale template, whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half, from G, whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. So you would know the G major scale. If you don't know your major scales and you're watching this video, then really do look in the description box, because that's a big discrepancy. And then you know the minor is a third flattened, and the dominant 7 is the 7, not major 7. So you can find the shape. On your internal piano, this is happening away from the piano. So it's now in my mind. I will then come to the piano, because it's in my mind, and I'm going to eye up the shape. So I'm looking at G and B flat and D and F, G and B flat, D and F. I can see the notes everywhere, G, B flat, D, F, in order, G, B flat, D, F. I can just see it with my eyes. My eyes are looking. So that's the first kind of confirmation that you really do know a shape, a scale, or a chord, or a melody. You know it. You say to yourself, I know it in my mind, theoretically. I come to the piano. I can eye it up. That's like the first half of the body part. The second half is the finger. So I'm now going to play what my eyes can see, because my mind knows it. Oh, sorry. I should have played the F there. So my eye is looking and my finger follows. And then you can play the shape how you want, with all the endless ways of playing the piano, technical exercises and melodies. Let me just do that now with, no, I want to give you the reinforcement technical exercise, and then I'll do a melody one quickly to finish. It is simply to play the scale or the chord mixed up all over the piano randomly with one finger, because this is not about technique. This is about knowing in your mind, on your internal piano, the scale or the chord or the melody. So let me just take another scale this time. We'll take, I don't know, B. That's too easy, there's too many black notes. D. We'll take the major scale of D. So I know I'm looking in my mind, D. I can see it. I've got the 12-note block here, and another one, because I need the C sharp from the second one. So I can see it in my mind, D, E flat, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp. I can see it. I come to the piano, so I know it in my mind. I come to the piano to do the body part. My eyes are eyeing up the scale, and that confirms that I know it in my mind. That's great, wonderful. I can see the shape. This is not memory. This is just visualization. Nothing is remembered. So then I put my finger on it and go, right, okay, my finger is now following my eyes. My eyes are one note ahead. And eventually, it will be kind of zoomed out even further. And that's what this exercise is going to do. You're going to play the notes randomly, anywhere. Because the only notes which stand out to me are the notes of D, anywhere I am. It's not possible to play a wrong note. Anywhere on the piano. It's just not possible to play a wrong note if you truly know the shape on your internal piano. Let's take another chord to demonstrate that. E half diminished. These are just random chords. I haven't prepared anything, of course. E half diminished. So on my mind, E, G, B flat, D. That's not a memory item. None of this is about memory. It's about visualization. I have not remembered the notes E, G, B flat, D for the E half diminished. I saw the major scale of E, and I know what the minor triad looks like with the flat 5, and then the 7, of course, is the dominant 7, the flat major 7. That might take that may take 30 seconds for you to work out if you're still learning these things, but that's fine. At least you know how to work it out, and then you'll acquire them through passive knowledge. You'll just know the shapes through recognition, the more common ones, but you'll still be able to find the less common ones instantly. So I see it in my mind. That's great. I then come to the piano and I see the shape. Okay, I can see it with my eyes. G, B flat, D, E, G, B flat, D. I can see it with my eyes. I'm going to do the one finger thing. My eyes are scanning one note ahead. And then you will zoom out more and you'll be able to see this shape everywhere. And then you start to break up the notes like this. So I'm just playing it anywhere, any notes. G, I know there's a B flat in it, and a D, and a E, just anywhere. It's a good way to really confirm to yourself that you absolutely know the shape. I'm not playing it as an inversion. I'm not doing this. That's another way to do it, of course, but that's too rigid. I'm literally just playing the notes of the chord in any order, anywhere on the piano. And that's a very, very clever way to confirm to yourself that you know it. Now, very finally, for the last few seconds, a melody. Let me just take I'll take a melody from one of my own compositions. In the description box below, there's a link to my SoundCloud. You can hear some of the compositions I've done. And I'm thinking of the one I wrote for my cat, Mister, which kind of goes very basically. Or something like that, you know. It goes like that. So that melody, you would master that on your internal jukebox and hear it like that, etc., etc. Come to the piano, and of course you would listen to this and sit at the piano and identify what that melody is. Once you then truly know it, you'll go away and master it in your internal piano. You'll know it. You'll keep playing it, learning it by ear, because I don't score these. And then you can play it. Your finger will follow your eyes just for the melody. Of course, you don't mix up a melody, but it's still the same concept that you'll acquire the melody. If you're doing it by score, you'll do it away from the piano. If you're doing it by listening, because there's no score, then of course you have to sit at the piano to identify the notes. That's fine. That's okay. But when to confirm that you really know it, you still walk away from the piano and then mumble to yourself, right, okay, it's going A, C, E, and G, and E, just to reinforce the fact that you really know the notes. Then you come back to the piano, and it just reinforces the fact that you know it. So again, it's mind, body, piano. Please don't do it the other way. This is the problem. This is why a lot of people don't make too much progress, how they could do, and they blame themselves for that, and they shouldn't. They're sitting at the piano as if the piano is teaching their hands what to do, and then the mind says, okay. But that's not how it works. I hope this video has been useful, and that you'll apply it to whatever scale or chord. This is mainly a scale and chord thing, but it still works for the melodies. That's why I separated it, because you don't mix around a melody, you know. And you just need one finger. I mean, you can even do it with a pen. Just touch the notes, just to really confirm that you know the shapes. F minor 7. You see it with your eyes, and then you start mixing it up. But my eyes are jumping one note ahead, or it zooms out and I can see the whole thing, and then I can just pick off and then I see it here, and I can just pick off the notes. You can't miss the note, you see? So try to get to that point for the scales and chords that you're working on, and you'll reap the benefits of that, especially due to the mental discipline involved in this. As always, likes, comments, subscriptions always welcome. Have a look at my books and blog, enjoy this playlist, and see you in the next video. All the best, and bye for now.